Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika's Zen. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, this is my review recap for The Oval Child. Okay. Bridge Over Troubled Water, Season 4, Episode 17. Of course, it is time for us to get into the messiness, the foolishness, and the foolery that is The Oval, y'all. We got daggone Alonzo out here really thinking he could fight David. David is giving him the 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. He asking Kane, do you know how to swim? You know, Cal is trying to find out what the heck they doing there, where Jason is at. Jason is loose child out on these streets. He done grabbed the daggone car while they was in the middle of a fight. You know, we got daggone Victoria slipping her earring inside the VP coat trying to get him in trouble. And is this daggone wife of his finally about to catch on because apparently the phone call wasn't enough for her. All right, I think she is. You know, and we also have Donald trying to get daggone Hunter to calm his behind down, but all Hunter is worried about is getting high, high, high. Speaking of high, baby, Nancy high as the sky. Okay, we got Nancy out here pill popping, child, taking 4 pills a damn day. What is in these pills? What did they give her, baby? 1 minute Nancy laughing, the next minute she crying. We got to get her to the hospital, all right? And we also got Kareem talking about Barry Aston got thrown in the damn landfill. You know, mind, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this episode. Now, we start out the episode exactly where we left off. Cal done busting the door, waving the 4-4. You know, he asking Alan what's going on and telling him to go, 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 you know, bringing him down the back way. Now, Alonzo ends up running into David while he's with, you know, Jason. And Jason, of course, recognizes David immediately and is running from him. You know, David trying to tell him, kid, come here, stop. You're not going to get away from me again. But, of course, he does. He drives off and Sam behind is driving right behind him. Okay, Sam don't give no warnings. Sam don't let David know, you know, they gonna be coming down. I told them they was getting out of there. Sam don't let them know who David is. I don't know what the hell Sam is doing, because of course he dropped the ball with this by him chasing behind Dan Priscilla. Now we get Kyle downstairs and he breaks up the fight between Alonzo and David, which David was just beating the hell out of Alonzo. Okay, Alonzo eye closed, he over here talking like this, looking with one eye, all right, and he trying to, you know, intervene into the questioning too, and Cal had to tell him to shut up. In the meantime, he asking him what are they doing there, and he's asking them who's this guy, and they like, I don't know, we don't know him, he was here acting damn crazy. So, you know, he ends up telling him we know each other for years now, and Alan is like, yeah, everybody knows that. So he said he was just stopping by there, and he was like, what do you mean, why would you be asking about the first kid? Isn't his damn funeral today? So they don't let on that they know where Jason is. You know, Cal don't really believe them, he giving them the side eye, but of course he doesn't have any proof to say anything otherwise. So he ends up leaving them alone, but telling this daggone big guy, as he's saying, David, when he's asking him where the boy is, he says, I don't know what you're talking about. And Cal was like, you don't? Well, I'm going to take you to the White House, and after I finish with you, you know, you want to play dumb or whatever the case may be. We will see what happens when I get you to the White House, and I will be able to make you talk. And so David is just looking at him when he says that. Now, of course, you know, Alonzo ends up telling Alan, like, yo, we just gonna say that we was together. I came here to pick you up from work, so we gonna go ahead and ride over to work together. And Alan tells him, okay. You know, Kyle, of course, calls Donald to let him know that Jason got away, or he was not there when he got there, and he thinks that Alan is telling the truth. He's on his way to the White House now. You know, Donald answered the phone talking about, I hope you got good news for me. And of course, no, Donald, he don't. He tells him, you know, that he was not there when he got there, and, you know, Donna was just like, ah. So, you know, in the meantime, we got Victoria walking down the damn hall coming to see the VP. You know, Max is just standing here looking at her like, what the heck are you doing here? Why would you be coming? You know, she walks up and she's like, you know, I need to speak to him. Is he in? And he says, yes, ma'am. And so she was like, well, are you going to block the door? Are you going to let me in? What the heck are you going to do? You know, you don't like me, do you? And Max is just like, and then she's like, you gonna fix me? And he's like, nope. So he goes in to tell the VP, and this part had me cracking up, you know, because at first she's like, you trust me? And he tells her he was available. So he goes in and he's like, the first lady is here? Like, you know, what the heck she coming to see you for? And he going, and so he basically tell him to let her in. And when he lets her in, he still was standing there, kind of like guarding the door, and they both just looking at each other. So the VP lets him know that it's okay for him to step out. Of course, when he steps out, they talking about something. I missed you too. The googly eyes and the smooches. Okay. And so I say, y'all so funny because Hunter could come open the door, Max could open the door back up. Y'all just really taking a chance. Y'all bold out here in these streets. But of course, besides telling him that she missed him and he telling her she looked good and she saying thank you, and how they wish they could see each other more, and he's happy that she's there, but it's dangerous for her to be there. So what's really going on? She has to let him know that we got a little issue. You know what's going on with my son, right? And he's like, yeah, his funeral was today. She's like, well, the person that actually was killed looked like him, but really wasn't him. Apparently they killed a daggone cancer patient and it was not Jason. So he's like, what? Are you freaking kidding me? Like, oh my God, how the heck did this happen? What are we going to do? And she's so ecstatic that he is saying we, okay? And he was like, well, of course I have to say we are in this together, all right? And so what is the plan? Where do we go from here? What's supposed to happen? And she's saying that Donald was on it and she is going to keep him posted. And he was like, yes, absolutely, make sure that you do, So then she go ahead to leave. And I said, Cal, you mean to tell me you wasn't there with your ear at the door? Because I sure enough would have been listening to every damn thing they were saying. Now, moving on from there, we basically had, who was it? We had Sharon and Dell sitting on the couch, and she's just basically telling him like, Richard did ask me to look out for Miss Nancy or whatever the case may be, so I just really don't trust leaving to go to work yet. Normally she would have already been downstairs and she haven't got here yet. So he was like, do you think I should just go ahead to the job by myself? And she was like, yeah, maybe you should do that. I'll meet you there. I'll come after. And he says, okay, but not too soon after she says this, here come Miss Nancy walking in the damn living room, and she over here and Dell face talking about some, ooh, hi, I saw you last night. You was here laying and, oh, you so handsome. And he was like, what are you doing? Are you trying to put me back to sleep? Or are you trying to, do some magic tricks on me? I'm confused. So she's like, no. And he was like, yeah, I'm going to go take a bath or wash up, whatever, and get ready for work. And she was like, yeah, the bathroom is available, go ahead. And so 1 minute Nancy looking sad and depressed, Sharon asking her if she's okay. She keeps telling Sharon, yeah, she telling her, Sharon asked her, did you go to that compound? Why would you do that? They dangerous. Nancy talking about something. No, they not. They the nicest people. They so sweet. They treated me good. I saw Callie and they was so good. She was so big. They like it so much. They was having fun and all of this. And so she over here like, don't tell Richard, because she said they made her feel good and they made her better. And Sharon was like, what are you talking about? How they make you better? She talking about, don't tell Richard. Child, why is she pulling out this damn pill bottle and asking Sharon if she want one? Sharon said, yeah, give me one. She said, let me give you some water first and go get the water, pour it and bring back the damn cup. And I think Sharon, I swear, I know she ain't take that damn pill. She pretended like she did though and was like, good. Okay, it's so good. And, Nancy over here going like this in her hand or whatever when she giving it to her. So 1 minute she's asking Sharon, like, have you heard from Barry? I got such a bad feeling. I know something happened to him. And then Sharon is like, no, I think he's okay. She was like, no, I could feel it. But in between her saying this, Nancy over here talking about some. And she like, what? Why are you laughing? I'm not laughing. What's funny? Nothing funny, but you're laughing, Miss Nancy. No, I'm not laughing. I said, yeah, girl, get Nancy up out of here, okay? So she started to say, we need to go to the hospital, and Nancy saying, no, go to the hospital for what? At one point, Nancy was like, why are you pregnant? She was like, you look pregnant. I said, not pregnant. So, Sharon started telling her, well, I'm going to go ahead and call Richard. Then she like, no, don't call him. So she was like, well, then we got to go to the hospital. So at this point, Sharon is just like, yeah, we got to go for Mia, right? And she's like, you having the baby? She's like, yeah, I'm having the baby. So she says, well, let me get my keys and stuff. I'm going to drive you there. And Sharon like, nah, you're not going to drive. I'm going to drive. She was like, are you sure you can? She was like, yeah, I got it. So they leave to go to the damn hospital. I said, yeah, please get Nancy up out of here. Okay, so Nancy was lying the whole damn time when she telling Richard, oh no, they never gave me nothing. We over here thinking they slipped something in her food or her damn drink, and Nancy over here willingly taking these damn pills, okay? Probably addicted to them now. I don't know what the hell they're supposed to be, you know. So talking about she been taking some 4 times a day. And then mind you, the next time when Sharon looked, she was saying all the pills was gone. She was asking her, did it have a label on the bottle? You know, she wanted to be able to take it to the pharmacy so she could try to compare and see what the heck it was. And Nancy told me, I don't know, they all gone now, but saying she didn't have any more of it. I said, well, Nancy, if they all gone, obviously your ass done took the rest of them, child. So nonetheless, she like, we got to get you to the hospital. You know, at one point, Dell had even came back in, like, what's going on? And Sharon was like, I don't know. Okay, this is bugged out right here. And then he had hurried up and ran back out before, you know, she came in there. Now, in the meantime, Donald trying to calm damn Hunter behind down. He telling him he's on edge, and he's like, you know, we still haven't been able to find your son. We in the process. We looking for him now. He like, yeah, you and that bitch better get out there and find him, or whatever the case may be. This is y'all mess. And he's telling him that he's gonna have to come on in and stand by the urn. And he was like, nah, I'm not doing that. He was like, I'll leave that up to y'all, right? I'm not gonna have no parts of that bull crap. He's also like saying, well, the press secretary has a job to do and already put out a statement. And he was like, that's not my press secretary. He was like, that's another thing. Y'all know how I like my press secretaries, okay? Young and sexy. So I need you to go ahead and fire him, get him up out of here. And you better have somebody brand new in for me. And so Donald was telling him, oh, he, you know, okay. And he's like, yeah, you gonna go ahead and get on that. That's your damn job. So Donald was like, yes, sir, I will do that. But in the meantime, me and you really need to talk. He keeps telling Donald, nah, it ain't a damn thing that we need to talk. You know what I'm saying? And you don't have shit. And he's telling him to go get Alonzo. And so Donald told him, you know, you could wait for Alonzo all you want. He was like, I said, you know, after we talk, he said, and first of all, let me let you know that Alonzo's not going to be coming in here with your daggone drugs. I know that's what you were waiting for. And so Donald's telling him, I'm trying to tell you this as a friend. And he said, newsflash, you're not my friend. So Donald was like, yes, Mr. President, you are absolutely correct. You are right. I'm not. And so Hunter talking about something. Let me tell you something else. If you over here messing with my wife, I found out that you are screwing her. You know what I'm saying? You and Victoria are screwing. You gonna be in for something. And Donald was laughing like, Mr. President, that has not happened. I don't know how many ways I could tell you that, right? And he says it better not be for your sake. I said, Hunter, why do you care? I'm confused. So he's saying, you know, I just need y'all to come in the East Room. We're going to release it as a private funeral. He was like, nah, I'm not doing that. You have zero chance of making me go in there to do that. I'm not going to that rodeo show, okay? So I said, Lord, Hunter's a hot damn mess. He was like, you both know where the hell my child is at, and y'all better go ahead and get him here. So, you know, he just still keeps telling him to get on this, getting him a new press secretary to choose from, you know, by tomorrow, who his new pick is going to be, and getting Alonzo in there to give him his damn drugs. That's the only thing he want to know about. And at this point, Hunter's over it, and he's like, okay. Now, when Zell gets to the store is daggone closed. He calling up Sharon like, yo, this store is locked. Ain't nobody here. She's like, well, did you call Kareem? He's like, no, not yet. She like, well, go ahead and call him. Maybe he will answer you because he hasn't been answering me. When he calls Kareem sitting on the couch looking like a little pitiful puppy. You know, he's talking about some hello, and he's like, yeah, I'm here at the store and it's locked. He like, well, get the key from Sharon. Kareem, obviously Sharon is not with him, or he would have got the key from her. So he's like, I'm not with her. He was like, how about I come there and pick it up? Now I'm figuring they still there with the body, and Kareem would have been like, no, but apparently, child, no, because he says, yeah, go ahead, you could do that. And he says, when you get over here, give me a call. And Zell was like, okay. Couple minutes later, when he's hanging up the phone, we seeing his cousin walk in and say everything is done, is finished. And he's like, the last thing you need to do is stay home. You have to still go to work and act like everything is normal. You know, Kareem, I don't know if I could do that. I don't know if I could do that. He said, yes, you can. He was like, you have no choice. You have to. We got things that have to be done. So he was like, you know, it's all taken care of. And he says, you sure that Barry is not going to turn back up again? He's saying, yeah, you know, this guy's good at his job. He did what he had to do, and they not going to find Barry. I said, but I thought the point was for them to find him and think that Barry had OD'd on drugs and have a needle in his arm. So I guess they don't change the plan. So he was like, yeah. And after he dumped him in a land mill. So I'm like, are y'all freaking serious right now? Mind you, is the copper from your house, Kareem. So I don't know how the hell that makes sense. You better hope they don't find him at this point, because you just dug yourself even deeper. But nonetheless, the cousin started asking him, like, does Sharon know about what we do as far as the whole selling the drugs through the damn pharmacy? He's saying no. Does the white boy know what you do? No, he don't know nothing about it either. Okay, good, then keep it that way. And he's basically saying that he has no choice but to go into work today, because they got to go ahead and clean this money, all right? And Kareem is basically saying he knows. So, of course, Barry was right about that the whole time. And Sharon was, I guess didn't know. Child. Now, and he's got the nerve to say to the cousin, you just worried about your damn drugs. Well, obviously, you worried about it too, Kareem. And you worried about, yourself. But anyway, so he said he gonna go ahead into work and do what he gotta do or whatever, right? And his cousin was like, he about to get up out of there. And he was like, okay. So moving on from that, we basically had the first lady get home with Bobby. This scene confused me a little bit, because she's saying how her feet hurt, and he was like, I'm sure it does. And he went ahead and helped her get out of her shoes or whatever. She telling him thank you, and then gonna tell him, oh, I'm not interested in you in no sexual way. And he was like, I didn't think that you were. And she was like, oh, well, why do you keep, touching the small of my back then? And she said, I don't think I'm gonna need you to take me to any more of my places. I would prefer that you be with Max on the detail of my husband and watching him, so we can make sure that he is safe and nothing happens to him. And Bobby was like, okay, no problem. Understood. And so as soon as Bobby walks out, the VP is walking in. He coming in talking about he just stopped by for a break. Because she was like, well, what are you doing here? You know what I'm saying? This is a nice surprise. And he was saying he only there for a minute. And she was like, well, then what did you come back for? And he was like, you forgot, huh? So apparently there's some anniversary, some 2-week thing they do, and he done missed a month. And he's saying how he gonna go ahead and make them lunch. They usually have lunch. And she was like, wait, you gonna make the lunch? She like, nah, I'm gonna come and help you, okay? Ain't no way in the world I'm leaving you up to making no damn lunch. And he was like, I got this, and telling her to stay there. So now when he give her his jacket and she over here like she folding it up and was about to hanging it up or whatever, of course, what should go slipping out but the damn earring that Dagon Victoria done snuck in his damn jacket while they was kissing, that he ain't know she put in there, and that she put in there on purpose just for the daggone wife to find, child. Okay, so she has found it, and she looking like, this trash ass bitch got her earring in my husband's jacket. Okay, like the phone call wasn't enough, like I said. So now, we got the cop calling up Lily. He over here talking about he wants some damn revenge. He's basically saying how they got him fired from his job. And she's like, I'm so sorry to hear that. But at the end of the day, I was trying to warn you. And he was like, yeah, you did tell me. And she was like, I did. He said, not only that, on top of that, because he was like, he don't understand how rich people could just get away with this and do things like this. And she was like, I don't know. He gonna say, yes, you do. And she was like, excuse me. And then he was like, I'm sorry. I was just upset. I didn't mean that. And so he's like, on top of that, he had put in for a house, and the house was supposed to be closing this week. But now they saying that he had bad credit. And he was like, he didn't have no damn bad credit. So now he can't even get the house. And she's like, sorry about that, So he over here calling her, talking about something. Do you need a damn bodyguard? And that he would come and be her bodyguard. I said, child, who gonna be your bodyguard? Because you lucky you ain't dead. You lucky all you did was lose your job and get bad credit. You really begging for it. He's still trying to tell her that he could take care of her and telling her to call him Brian. So he was like, if he ever hurts you, I could basically protect you. He was like, I can. And she was like, listen, I'm hanging up, She was like, there's nothing that you could do. I'm okay, or whatever the case may be. And he was like, well, if you ever need me, dial my number. I promise I can protect you or whatever. So she was like, no, don't. And she was like, I'm going to go ahead and hang up now. And just so you know, he always has 24-hour Secret Service, and he's basically like, I'm aware. And so she was like, so don't even think about it. And he talking about something he would be doing both of us a favor. He wants revenge, and he know that, she wants it too. He already lost everything. So she was like, again, I'm sorry about that, but you really, need to stop, and I really have to go. So he was basically like, yeah, okay. And she was like, goodbye. He said goodbye. I said, child, I don't know where they going with this besides this man ending up in his damn grave. But, moving on from there, we basically had, I think it was David and Zam Kane driving in the car, whatever, when Cal got back to the White House, not Cal, yeah, Cal, when he got back to the White House, he told Donald, the guy's supposed to be there. So he's like, well, he's not here yet. What's going on? He said, let him call and see what's happening. So he calls Kane and he's like, how the hell did I beat you back here, whatever? Kane talking about I had to be careful. I had to make sure we wasn't being followed. He said, well, why I don't hear no damn alarms going off, the sirens? Oh, well, I didn't want to, bring no attention. So he said, well, go over the bridge and hurry up and get him back here. And he tells him, okay. So when he hang up, David, of course, is trying to make conversation. He trying to keep him, occupied and all of that. And he's like, please stop talking. I know what you're trying to do. He was like, I'm sure you've been trained for this. And David was like, yes, I have. David said, well, where are you taking me back to? The White House? Oh, this should be interesting. I ain't never been to the White House or whatever, right? And then as they're passing this water, he's like, can you swim? And he was like, why the heck are you asking me that? Still just basically telling him to be quiet. So he was basically like, I got handcuffs on, so I can't do nothing anyway or whatever. And no sooner do he say that, he over here putting his damn arms over Kane and choking him out or whatever and making the car go flying into the damn water, child, saying, I guess we gonna see who gonna come out of this. In the meantime, Alan did finally make it back to the White House and was apologizing for being late. And Donald was like, yeah, you seem to be making a habit of this. And he was like, what was going on at your house or whatever? Is there anything you want to tell me? And Alan is like, no, sir. He was like, I was just wondering why the heck they was coming in and asking me about Jason. I'm confused. Like, isn't his funeral supposed to be today? So he was like, is there anything you want to tell me, sir? And Donald was like, why would I have anything to tell you? He was like, I don't know, sir, but I'm your personal, assistant or whatever. So if it's anything that I could help you with, then go ahead and let me know so I can know what to do. And he was like, man, the only thing you could do is go make me my daggone coffee, okay? He was like, and make it black or whatever the case may be. He was like, that one is a real slick one right there, okay? Because he called on that he was just really not answering his questions and flipping it back around on him. So, Alan was just like, right away, sir, okay, on it, I got it or whatever. And he went and walking out talking about some coming up to go make the coffee. And Donald was just like sneaky ass and smiling, like that shit basically turns him on. And so in the meantime, him and Kyla be sitting there waiting for them to get there. And, they're going to end up finding out that daggone Kane done went for a ride out in the damn river. And that was basically the episode, y'all. If I left anything, I'll put it in the comments. Let's discuss it there. Tell me what you liked, what you didn't like, what you think gonna happen. Is Richard gonna bring his behind to the hospital to meet up with Nancy and them and find out what's going on with these daggone pills? Because at the end of the day, he's still waiting there at the White House for Sam to show his behind up, and Sam busy still chasing behind Jason because Sam wasn't paying attention to either one of these situations because he was worried about damn Scylla. Okay, so what y'all think gonna go down now? What y'all think this, VP wife is gonna do with Victoria? We gonna have a little cat fight, a little round, maybe. Let's see. But let's talk about it all in the comments, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, share, subscribe if you are so inclined. Okay. And this month is subscribe-a-thon, y'all. It's going down. I'm gonna be putting out nonstop content. I did accept Brillo the Big Reviews challenge for subscribe-a-thon this month, either putting out something for 7 days straight, whether it be recaps, lives, whatever have you, or the whole month of February. And so we will be getting busy. I'm already giving y'all the Oval Sisters, BMF, Love at the Lockup, Godfather Harlem, doing some collaborations. When Snowfall come, I will be doing that. When Bel Air come, I will be doing that. And I have my self-care Saturdays, what you should be watching. The fourth Sunday of every month is throwback movies, and we are doing Black History Month movies, y'all. So your girl is trying to get those subscriptions up, those likes up. Make sure that you do subscribe and like and comment and share and all that good stuff if you do like the content that is being put out. Okay, give me a wave. Let me know you came by. Put some flames up in the sky. Till next time, y'all. Toodaloo.